Today hasn't been a good day. Our Wi-Fi was out, so I contacted Xfinity, and they said that I needed a new modem. So I drove over to Battle Creek, took about an hour, and I got back and got the new modem hooked up. That took another 2 hours to go through all the steps. Got that done, and things seemed to be working. Slow, but they were working. Then at about midnight, it cut out completely. So I went through the steps and reset everything, and still nothing. So I contacted Xfinity. They said they'll run a test on the thing. That's been about 20 minutes getting that set up. Now I've got another 5 minutes before the testing is done. I was able to contact them through the Wi-Fi hotspot, the Xfinity hotspot, which means you don't want to use that for anything other than just calling to get. I'm trying not to leave the house any more than I absolutely have to, because I'm fighting bronchitis and not feeling very well. So here I am, and it's 10 minutes after 2 in the morning with no Wi-Fi. There's no videos getting uploaded today except through the phone, which means this is terrible, and I really apologize for it. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, wondering what the heck's going on. So I'll update you more as we go along. I have a project I can do in the basement that doesn't require me going outside or using any noxious chemicals, so I won't affect my breathing. But this is a pain in the butt, guys. Now to check the connections, I've taken a wrench and loosened up these connections, and I'm looking inside, make sure they're all in good condition. Wires are nice and shiny, and everything seems to be clean. And I'll put it back together again. Sometimes it just takes two hands to do the job. Okay, check the cable connections upstairs. I did find one wire that wasn't completely tight. So now I'm going to check and see if my internet connection is a little stronger. This doesn't look too bad until you realize that I'm paying for 800 megabytes, not 14 or 22. My server is in Chicago. It says my internet connection is fast. Should be able to handle multiple devices streaming HD videos at the same time. Yes, I would think so, since I'm paying for 800 megabytes per second. But I'm not getting it. Now, all the reasons for it could be any one of 100 things up and down the line between my house and the servers in Chicago. That's about 400 miles. Probably closer to 600 miles if you actually follow the wires. It is not what I would consider a worthwhile thing. Unfortunately, since I live in Richland and Xfinity has a lock on the cable service in Richland, there is no other cable service in Richland. I could do satellite dish download and upload, but then that costs more money than the Xfinity, which is crazy money. It's $130 a month. Considering what I'm getting out of it, It's just hardly worth it. But in these days, you really can't get by without internet. You do your banking on the internet. You do your communication on the internet. Not just the typical going to Facebook. I actually run a business off the internet, which is why I'm paying for the high-speed internet. Which is the reason that I'm not happy about this, because high speed does not, to me, does not mean less than 1% of the normal speed of the internet without high speed. I mean, I'm at 14.8 megabytes download and 22 upload. That's barely crawling, considering I'm paying, once again, for 800 megabytes. Monopolies are terrible. Xfinity is a huge company. And the individual people that I work with Xfinity, they're not bad. I have a hard time understanding their language because they speak English is the second language for them. Let's put it that way. Or third. I have no right to criticize. I only have English. That's just the only one I know. I can swear in Lithuanian for a little bit and ask where I am, but I really can't do much more than the basic English-speaking language. But in any case, I think I'm getting hosed. All because I live in Richland. Richland is a fine town, but somehow or another, the founding fathers, or whoever happened to be the person making that decision, decided that Xfinity was the only one available. Spectrum, which is in Kalamazoo, is a much faster operation. They have faster response time. Their internet in itself is faster. But I can't connect to that because Spectrum is blocked from entering the Richland area. And I don't live in Richland. I live in Richland Township, which is outside of Richland. But still, Spectrum doesn't run the wire down the road to my house. So that's all I got going. If you have any suggestions for new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.